Hi guys. We wanted to hop on here and kind of give a life update. My grandma texted me this morning and why are you the way you are?
I'm not sure. Hi, my name's Wyatt Duncan.
I'm
I'm a Republican.
What are you doing with your hands? We just wanted to. Anyways, my grandma texted me and she was like, "Hey, I haven't heard from you. Just don't know what's going on in your life." And I realized that we've kind of just been over here in our own lane, like just plugging through life. About a month ago, Wyatt lost his job, and so we started just like trying to figure out what we wanted to do, and basically we landed on going back to ranching. So we are pretty much moved out of our house. We have a big long list of to-dos today, and we'll probably take our final load today. So if you guys would like an empty house tour, let me know and I can give you a farewell tour of our first home that we bought together, and the home that we brought our babies home to. And that's gonna be a little sad for me, but I can do that. And so yeah, we'll take our last load today and do some cleaning, and we have to get the fence painted. Thanks so much for everyone that's helped us with moving and cleaning and running errands. We have just really loved all the help that you guys have given us. So yeah, we're gonna be moving to Casey, Wyoming. It's about an hour. Why are you just staring? Like,
I mean, you're talking, so I'm just like.
do you want to tell them about
I'm
your
here.
job? Are you excited?
Hi, my name's Wyatt Duncan. Casey's husband.
Everyone knows you're my husband, sweetie.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, why don't you tell them about your new job? Why are you moving us to the middle of nowhere? Like I grew up.
It's so nice out there. It's 20 miles back in on dirt. It's outside of Casey here in Wyoming. It's a really nice place. Great grassland. Beautiful horses. There's elk everywhere.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. There's
So-
a covered, like,
Okay, Wyatt's really excited about the porch.
yes. So there's a back porch, and it's all covered.
Last night we were up there and he made me pack all 3 of his freaking barbecues up
no,
there on the porch.
No.
He's like, "This is my outdoor kitchen." I was like,
No.
"Well, you
I
promised
finally
me."
have my outdoor kitchen. I got my griddle, my big Blackstone griddle. I got a regular propane barbecue, and then I have my GMG smoker.
Okay. Yeah. So they're not all
It's gonna be
barbecues,
nice.
but anyways, he made me help him pack all that crap out on the porch, and I was like, "Why does this have to be out here?" It's like, "Oh, my outdoor kitchen." And so
I'm not glaring anyone down. I'm just trying to read what's happening here.
he's just blind. It's fine.
I have glasses.
Yeah, so he made me pack all that stuff out there, and I was like, "Wait, where's my hot tub gonna go?" Because my bribe for leaving my pretty house was a hot tub and a horse. So yeah. No, I'm really excited to be out of town a little bit. I'm excited for what that means for my kids. There's a really big, pretty yard, and lots of places for them
Yes.
to explore when they.
And
get there.
another thing, there's nothing against the oil field, but when you work in the oil field, you'll never be able to bring your kids with you and teach them how to do things. Never be able to do that. When you're ranching out there cowboying, when they're 5, 6, 7 years old,
Yeah.
you can take them with you
So
every day.
There's a buddy seat in the
It's a
tractor.
big deal.
So there is quite a little bit of farming involved in this job. So when Wyatt's in the tractor, he can take one of the kids with him, and so that'll be nice. So all of my mom friends that ride horses with small children, let me know how you're able to ride and do things outside, what your schedules are like. I'm really curious about that because I'm like, well, if I want to go ride, like, how am I going to do that with kids? So, yeah, excited to hear about that. We forgot one color of paint yesterday when we went to Home Depot, so we got to go to Home Depot and get a color match on this white paint. Because, okay, so this wall behind us actually, Stop.
She did that.
I did this. Okay, so this wall behind us is actually a green color. I know it looks kind of white right now, but it has a really big green tint. Well, yesterday I was patching up some things, like where baby gates were and things like that, and I used the green tinted paint on the white walls. So now there's like a couple green spots on white walls, so we have to fix that. And then the boys' room was white, and they had like the most decor and stuff in their room, so we have to paint and patch a couple little holes in the drywall there. So yeah, we're really excited. I am going to be looking for a milk cow, so keep in mind if you see a milk cow that I'm looking for one, and maybe it could be an excuse for one of you to come see me or something. And I'm probably going to try to get quail. I'm really excited about getting quail. I'm probably going to get a rabbit. Oh, Wyatt's trying to read the comments in his blindness.
Hey, there's folks watching us.
Oh yeah, that's the point.
I know that. We can wave.
Okay. So what else is new?
Not too much.
The boys are big. They're saying all the words. They're gonna be walking soon. If the whole coronavirus thing is tamed down, we do still plan on trying to have their birthday party here in Casper. Where we're moving is about an hour and 15 minutes away, so it's not bad at all. So, and it's a very small town. There is a school there, but basically like an overpriced grocery store and post office. It's really small. So all the grocery shopping, doctor's appointments, things like that will still be here, and I have some really great friends here, so I'll be coming here pretty often so that I can still be with my friends. And we're pretty excited about that. The house that we're moving into needs a lot of work, so we're going to be doing... Wyatt thinks that I'm just being a brat and that I'm a little bit spoiled, which is true. We have a really nice house here, and I've kind of become accustomed to my really nice house, and so I had a really hard time accepting moving into the old ranch house with lots of flaws. What is with the hands?
Not sure what to do with them.
You're not sure what to do with your hands. Well, you could fix things on the new house. That's what you could do with your hands. Okay. So we are...
Oh, I learned how to tile. Thank
Oh.
you, Chance Moore.
Yeah.
Yes, I learned how to tile and grout.
So
I'm a tile and grout master.
So does anybody else wait till they move out of their house to do all of these projects that you've really been wanting to do for a long time? So we retiled our master bathroom backsplash, and that's something I've wanted done like the whole time we've lived here.
One day, when we were painting...
You're so blind, sweetheart.
I'm not blind, it's small. That's small telly.
Do you want me to read it to you?
No.
Okay. So...
No. We were painting, and it was 1,000 degrees in there. And she was like, honey, what if I just... And then she just started ripping them off. All the tile backsplash. She was like, well, we need to paint this anyway, so let's just rip these off. I don't like these.
So I'm pretty bad about...
She's terrible.
I don't think through projects, really. If I just want to do something, I'm just like, oh, start with demolition. So I pretty much just ripped all the tiles out, and I was like, Wyatt, look what I did. And he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw you down the stairs. So, yeah. And then, so this ranch he went to day work at for a week or so, and I tried to remove the island out of our kitchen while he was gone. I was like, I don't think I like this.
The moment I heard about it, I told her, I said, Casey, you have no idea how important an island is for someone to walk into a house to buy it. They're going to be like, oh, there's an island here. Or they're going to be like, oh, I wish there was an island here. And then, when our amazing, what is it called?
Realtor.
Our realtor, Angela, comes in, and she's like, oh, don't tear out the island. That's the number one thing people look for in a kitchen. Oh.
Well, I didn't like it, and I wanted it gone, so I started taking it apart. And then, of course, it ended up being way harder than I thought, so I didn't put it back together. I just left all the pieces there, and when I came home, he had to put it back together. I was like, well, I didn't take it completely apart, so you're welcome.
I sure would have. I sure would have.
Yeah, so like in my mind, I think things are gonna work out sometimes different than they actually do. And then when they don't, I'm like, well, I don't want to make it worse, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. So, yeah, I wish I was better at those kind of things, but I'm not. Maybe I'll learn. I have lots of opportunities to learn. I have a lot of ideas to spruce up our new house, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, it's JD. Hey, JD. How you doing, JD? It's a JD guy.
So this isn't like a complete detour to our dreams. I'm not sure how many of you know, but my dream is to own some land to raise my babies on and actually run a wedding venue. And I have lots of ideas to expand on that.
You can only imagine her ideas.
Yeah, I have some really big dreams and ideas along these lines. But anyways, my goal is to replace Wyatt's income by doing my own business, and so that way he can do things that he actually likes instead of having to work for someone else. So Wyatt will probably end up being like a fishing guide or something. I don't know. Anyways, so that's our plan, and Casey is a really beautiful area, so I'm pretty excited about being able to kind of shop around for some land there. We're still on our debt-free journey. We've kind of stopped putting all of our extra cash towards debt right now because obviously Wyatt hasn't had a job, and we've been trying to make sure that we're careful with money in this transition, but as soon as the income's rolling in, we will be back on that debt-free journey. We're still planning on being out of debt within 2 years, hopefully
year.
sooner, yeah, but max 2 years. And then we'll be saving up for the dream piece of land. And
then the barn.
Yeah, I already have a place picked out that does custom barns, and I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited for that. So, and then eventually, after the property's making some money, then we'll work on building our dream house. And yeah, so, so even with these changes, like we're still not planning on coming back to Oregon or anything. Sorry, guys. We do kind of like being out on our own. We do miss our friends and family, but it's kind of good for us to just be over here leaning on each other. And we have a lot of really great church family, and we've made some really wonderful friends here. And I'm really excited for our babies to grow up together. And while we might have to drive a little farther for it, I think that the benefits are going to outweigh the sacrifices for sure. And it's nothing we're not accustomed to because we both grew up ranch kids. So yeah.
Oh yeah, public service announcement. Money isn't everything. I was at a job, I was making great money, and we got nowhere. We got a house, we got in debt up to our neck. You know, so in times like this, check yourself, reevaluate. I'm serious.
Yeah, you see.
Reevaluate. Money isn't everything. I heard a thing the other day. Money accentuates how you are. Right? Mm-hmm. So when you're poor and you're living paycheck to paycheck, when you're rich, you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, you'll spend it if you have it.
If you got it, you'll spend it.
Oh,
you gotta change your ways.
I did want to add, so we are doing Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University, and I'm the kind of person when I go to do something, I'm all in. I go all the way down the rabbit hole. And so I listen to his podcast, and right now, because of coronavirus and the state of the economy, and everyone's panicked and worried, they are offering a 14-day free trial to Financial Peace University, so you could go binge watch all of those classes and try out their,
worth it.
yeah, try out their app for tracking your budget and everything. So before we took the class, I mean, obviously I was a career personal banker. Like, I had worked for Wells Fargo for almost 6 years. I worked in finance and obviously still was doing it wrong. So I would have said that I budgeted and I made a budget every month, but we never followed it. And then at the end of the month, we're like, what did we spend our money on? Like, our bills were always paid, but then we would always just spend money on stupid stuff. I would spend money on stupid stuff. Wyatt's a saver. I'm a spender. So anyways, that resource is available to you, just so if you guys are, you know, evaluating your finances and trying to change your life on that note, that's something that you could do right now for free. So for 2 weeks, you could watch all of those. And even if you decide that it's not the right time for you, or you don't like some of those principles of his program, you'll definitely learn something. You'll learn something about insurance or financial planning or budgeting or something.
Yeah.
So for free, I highly suggest doing it. I think that right now in this crisis that we're all in, that it's really important to work on coming out of it better. Like, if you're just sitting at home in quarantine binge watching Netflix, then I mean, you're not going to be a better person at the end of this. So I mean, learn something new, you know, make your home better, make yourself better.
Take your boys fishing.
Teach your kids something. Yeah, this is like I don't think that public school is like, I mean, teachers are great, but they're kind of a slave to what they're taught to, or what they have to teach their kids for testing. And that's not what real life is about. So if you're home with your kids right now, this is a great time to teach them how to cook something, sew on a button, like, you know, teach them how to budget, teach them how to change a tire if they're old enough, teach them how to load the dishwasher, things like that. This is a good time to do that instead of, you know.
Teach them how to haggle. It's the one thing they'll learn, and it's the one thing that they'll use every day of their life.
Why it's cheap. He likes
There's
to try to
nothing
get a
wrong
deal.
with haggling. You can haggle with insurance. You can haggle with medical bills. Do not be afraid to call them and say, hey, things are tight. And let's say you have $10,000 of debt for medical bills. Don't be afraid to call them and say, I got $3,000. I want to get this paid, but this is all I got to pay for it. Don't be afraid to try. You would be amazed.
Wyatt was all nervous about being on the screen, and look at him just being a chatterbox. So yeah, Wyatt had gallbladder surgery like 3 months ago in March. No.
Yep.
In March. Oh, so it's not even 3 months. It's like
January, February.
no, it was March. I think it was March.
February.
Oh, okay. Anyways, he had gallbladder surgery a little while ago, and so we have all of those medical bills for that. So we're gonna try and call in, get them down, so we can get that wiped out before we leave town. So, yeah. So that's what's going on in our life. We're really sorry that we've been MIA, but we've just had a lot going on and a lot of feelings and emotions to process, and trying to really strip it down and find out what we want for our lives and what we want for our children's lives. And we thought that we were doing the right thing by being here in Casper and Wyatt having this job that he has, so that I could be a stay-at-home mom to our boys, because that was really important to us, that they didn't have to be in daycare. And so we thought that we were making the right decision because of that. But really, Wyatt wasn't the happiest. I mean, it's just not what he's passionate about. So we still think that this keeps us on track for our dream. And so that Wyatt can have a little better quality of life, and that our kids can grow up how we grew up. So I was reminded by our realtor because when we bought this house 3 years ago, I was really devastated that we couldn't afford to buy some land and build a small little house out there. It was really hard for me. And I just kept saying when we kept looking at houses in town that I can't believe my babies are going to catch the bus in town, you know, and like get off the school bus in town and just like, I don't know, live in suburbia. And that was really mind blowing to me because there was one house in my childhood that we lived at in town.
And it probably sucked.
And it was only for like 2 months. It was just over the summer. So I never.
Town living sucks, but there's nothing wrong with it though.
So yeah, it's definitely not what we're used to. I mean, we're used to it now, but it just wasn't how we grew up. So it'll be cool that our little kids get to just like play with animals and play in the mud and have their own horse and things like that.
Yeah. The only bad thing is we'll have to clean up antelope and deer poop in our front yard at our new house.
Yeah, that's so bad.
There's whitetail galore out there on the creek.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, if you use my Dyson vacuum in the yard again,
I will be getting a shot black.
no one will find your body. So.
Doug, come here. Everyone say hi to Angus. Angus got huge. Come here, dog.
Angus is fat because he's the vacuum for all the boys' snacks.
Big dog.
Hi, Chicken Nugget.
Fat Lardo.
Well, guys, that's pretty much all we have going on in our life. Today's probably the last day for moving. So if we want it to be the last day for moving, we probably better get our butts in gear and get our list done. So it was good to see you. Sorry we've been at MIA. That's what's happening in our lives. And stay tuned for an empty house tour if you're interested. And if you're shopping for a house in Casper, our house is really cute. And if you have a expedition for sale, I'm looking for a new car. And what else? I think that's it. Sorry, the boys are napping, or we would have them on here. Maybe in the empty house tour, I will get them on here a little bit. And then I will give you guys a tour of the new house if you like. So let us know if you're interested in any of that. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.